When you head out into the wild, you never know what might happen. A camping trip can turn into an adventure, and an adventure can turn into a survival challenge faster than you think. That's why today, we're diving into some awesome outdoor hacks that could make your life easier, or even save it. Whether you're hiking, fishing, or just enjoying a weekend in nature, these are tips you'll wish you'd known before. Let's start with something simple but genius. How to make a water filter using a plastic bottle. All you need is an empty bottle, a knife, some sand, charcoal, and a bit of cloth. Cut the bottom off the bottle, flip it upside down, and fill it in layers. First charcoal, then sand, then small stones. The cloth acts as a filter at the neck. Pour dirty water through the top, and what comes out the other side will be much cleaner and safer to drink. It's not perfect like a real purifier, but in an emergency, it can be a lifesaver. Now let's talk about fire, because without fire, survival gets tough fast. You can use a simple battery and a gum wrapper to start one. Take a regular AA battery and a metallic gum wrapper. Cut a thin strip, making sure the middle part is narrower. Touch each end of the strip to the battery terminals and watch it ignite instantly. The foil heats up the paper core and bursts into flame. It's a quick, portable way to start a fire when matches or lighters fail. But what if you don't have a battery? No worries. You can start a fire using steel wool and a 9-volt battery. Just rub the terminals against the wool until it glows. Then add dry grass or tinder. The wool burns hot and fast, perfect for catching small materials. Here's another trick that seems like magic: making a camp stove from a soda can. Cut a can in half, fill the bottom part with alcohol or hand sanitizer gel, and make small air holes around the top rim. Light it and you have a mini stove that can boil water or heat food in minutes. Just make sure to place it on stable ground and never use it inside a tent. Now let's talk about keeping your gear dry, because wet clothes and supplies can ruin any trip. One of the best hacks is using trash bags or even Ziploc bags to organize your gear inside your backpack. Wrap your spare clothes and matches inside before packing. If it rains or you cross a stream, everything important stays dry. Simple, cheap, and effective. Next up, making a mosquito repellent from natural materials. If bugs are attacking and you forgot your spray, grab some green pine needles or sage leaves and toss them into your campfire. The smoke naturally repels mosquitoes and flies. For extra protection, rub crushed pine needles on your skin. It's not fancy, but it works surprisingly well and smells a lot better than chemicals. When it comes to staying warm, survival isn't just about having a fire. It's about conserving heat. One smart trick is to stuff dry leaves, grass, or pine needles inside your jacket if you're cold. It traps air and adds insulation, turning your clothes into an instant thermal layer. Another hack: heat some stones in your campfire, wrap them in cloth, and place them at your feet when you sleep. They'll radiate heat for hours, keeping you warm through the night. Hydration is critical too, and if you ever get stuck without a water bottle, here's a trick. Make one from a plastic bag and some rope or vines. Fill the bag with water, tie the top securely, and you've got a simple water carrier. You can even poke a small hole and use it as a hand washing station by hanging it from a branch. Need to boil water without a pot? No problem. Find a piece of thick bamboo, cut a section with a closed end, pour in some water, and set it near your fire. Bamboo is naturally heat resistant, and it can hold water long enough to bring it to a boil. It's an ancient trick that still works perfectly today. Now, here's a clever way to make a simple fishing rod if you're stranded near a river. Find a flexible branch, tie a shoelace or a paracord as your line, and use a paper clip, safety pin, or even a thorn as a hook. For bait, worms, insects, or even bits of food will do. It's not fancy, but you'll be surprised how effective it can be. Speaking of paracord, never underestimate how useful it is. Paracord can be used for shelter, fishing, repairing gear, making traps, or even as shoelaces. One of the best ways to carry it is by weaving it into a bracelet or handle wrap. That way, it's always with you and easy to unwind when needed. Let's say you've got no tent, but you need a quick shelter. Grab a tarp, poncho, or even a large trash bag and some rope. Tie 2 points between trees. Drape the tarp over it and weigh down the sides with rocks or branches. That's your instant lean-to shelter. It keeps rain out and traps body heat inside. If you line the floor with dry leaves, it's surprisingly warm and comfortable. If you ever run out of matches, Here's a quick fix. Make waterproof ones before your trip. Dip regular matches in candle wax or nail polish. Let them dry and pack them in a waterproof container. They'll light even after being soaked, which could be a game changer in heavy rain. One often overlooked survival tool is the plastic bottle. You can use it to filter water, as we mentioned, but also as a lantern. Just fill it with water and place a flashlight underneath or inside it. The water diffuses the light, turning it into a bright, glowing lantern that illuminates your campsite beautifully. Now let's move to food gathering. If you're in the wild and short on supplies, bamboo, cattails, and dandelions are all edible and nutritious. Bamboo shoots can be boiled, cattail roots can be roasted, and dandelion leaves are rich in vitamins. Always research your local edible plants before heading out. Knowledge is your most powerful survival tool. Here's a cool trick for the trail. Make your own compass if you're lost. Rub a sewing needle or piece of wire on a magnet or even your hair for a few seconds. Place it on a leaf floating in water, and it will align with Earth's magnetic field. The point will show north. It's not perfect, but it's often enough to guide you back towards civilization. If you're ever out of rope, vines and bark strips can save you. Peel thin, flexible strips from the inner bark of willow or cedar trees, twist them together tightly, and you'll have surprisingly strong natural cordage. Great for tying shelters, traps, or bundles of firewood. A survival hack that many campers forget is how to signal for help. You can use a mirror, a phone screen, or even the bottom of a tin can to reflect sunlight. 3 quick flashes is the international signal for distress. You can also make smoke signals by tossing green leaves or damp grass on your fire. The white smoke rises high and can be seen from far away. For nighttime emergencies, glow sticks are lightweight and last for hours. But if you don't have any, you can create an improvised torch. Wrap a piece of cloth around a stick. Soak it in oil or melted wax and light it. It will burn slowly, giving you portable light for up to half an hour. Here's a genius hack if you ever get a splinter or small wound and don't have medical tools. You can use duct tape or even a piece of melted candle wax. Place it on the area, let it cool slightly, then peel it off. It often pulls out the splinter cleanly. And speaking of duct tape, it's basically a survival superpower. It can patch holes in tents, fix broken shoes, seal leaks in bottles, make a temporary bandage, or even act as a fire starter. A small roll in your backpack is worth its weight in gold. Now here's one that most people overlook: using your car mirror or sunglasses as a signaling tool. If you ever get stranded or lost, aim the reflection of the sun toward a plane, helicopter, or even another person in the distance. It can catch attention from miles away and might be the difference between being found and staying lost. Another underrated trick: make a rain collector. Stretch plastic wrap, a tarp, or even a poncho between 4 sticks in the shape of a square. Then place a small stone in the center so it dips slightly. Rain will naturally collect in the middle. It's a simple way to gather clean water when supplies are running low. Lastly, never underestimate the power of a tiny survival notebook. Keep one with notes about local plants, edible species, knots, or Morse code signals. When stress hits and memory fails, those quick notes can guide you through difficult situations far better than guessing in panic. And that's the beauty of survival hacks. Small ideas that can have a huge impact when things go wrong. Remember, it's not about having the best gear. It's about knowing how to use what's around you. The wilderness rewards creativity, awareness, and preparation. So next time you're out exploring, try some of these tricks, and who knows, they might just save your life one day. Stay safe, stay curious, and keep exploring.